the band point? What is that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where it is. That's where it is. Right on that F. Maybe we go to the cafeteria. They have that little. Yeah, right at the top of that ring. That's where they teach you to get.
Well, but my red light was flashing.
Yo, do you need someone like clicking for you?
Yeah, red light's flashing. Go.
I don't know how to get this up here.
Oh,
It's up.
hit the left screen, push it.
This
Left
one?
screen, one more. Touch it, it's the touch screen. Does it come on? No, I mean, did the screen come on?
Oh yeah, I pressed on for projector. Was that wrong?
No, that's okay. This is a blank. On, up.
It does.
Okay.
Hey, there we go. All right. So hello everybody, my name is Lauren Bitzer, and today we're going to be talking about the recruiting, interviewing, and selection process when it comes to finding and obtaining a job. So I'm going to start off by talking about recruitment, as well as Dawn here, and then we're going to have Erica, Charlie, and Justin talking about the interviewing process, and then we're going to have Matt and Jordan talking about selection. So, like I said before, my name is Lauren, and we're going to be talking about recruitment. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about what recruitment is, who job recruiters are, what they do, and what they look for when they are referring candidates to companies. So to start off, recruitment is defined as the overall process of attracting, selecting, and appointing suitable candidates for jobs, whether they are temporary or permanent within an organization. Now, an organization that is actively seeking candidates for an open position will utilize the works of a job recruiter. Now, a job recruiter is a third-party agent who is paid a fee by employers for finding job candidates for them. So their pay rate is based off of their ability to secure a match between the client and another interested party. So they are essentially the matchmakers in the labor market. So recruiters display a sense of pride for the company that they're working for. So you could be working for a big name company like any of these on the screen here. And if you don't have a great recruiter and they're running a poor recruitment process, then the company will not be able to find what it's looking for effectively in terms of clients and in terms of employees. So some job duties of a recruiter include planning, being on the phone all day, working with 10 to 15 different companies daily, and figuring out how to represent them in a way to attract perfect candidates to fulfill those spots. So companies want recruiters who know how to negotiate effectively in order to figure out what's best for not only the candidates applying, but for the companies seeking seeking candidates as well. So all recruiters engage in two basic activities. So the first activity is they will actively be seeking clients. And the second one is they will attempt to place candidates with clients. So a recruiter may find a qualified candidate, whether it's in their candidate database, through referrals, or through cold calls. So a lot of jobs you're looking for, recruiters will post about them on various websites, so it won't always be a help wanted sign. So you could find them on Monster, LinkedIn, Dice, anything like that, just so they can spread the word of the companies that are hiring. So a recruiter will post just like any other company will. The only difference is that the company isn't posting the job posting, it's the recruiter that's posting about the job posting. All right, so recruiters can't reveal too much information when it comes to candidates. So they can't tell you the name of the company. However, they can tell you the job duties and they can direct you when you're on site doing the job. So they can tell you a few things. They can tell you what industry you're entering, what times, like what hours you'll be working, what days of the month you're working, because you don't want to overly commit yourself to a time commitment that you can't provide, and then how much money you will be making. So whether it is for a short or long period of time, you're able to find a position that's working for both you, the company, and the client. So here we have a girl balancing, because as a recruiter, you always want to be able to learn about the candidate. Now this is very important because you want to be able to find the balance for what they're looking for and for what you're looking for as a company, because you don't want to be able to find something that they don't want. All right, so right here, you want to be able to trust your candidate. So you can gain trust by learning more about one another. So from a recruiter's standpoint, you want to ask, does this candidate have a lot to offer? Now, they look for people with experience and who will benefit from the company the most. And as a candidate, you want to ask yourself, why are you the best? Why are you at the top of the business food chain here? And you want to pinpoint all of your qualifications, and you want the more selling benefits. You want to be able to tell them why you should be hired. All right, so as great as a recruiting process is, there's often a misconception because job recruiters do not find job seekers jobs. Basically, their responsibility is to help you connect with the company in order to figure out where you would best be placed. Now, you're the only one, you as the candidate, is the only one who is on the job search. So that is your top priority. And like I said before, recruiters are the matchmakers of the labor market. So now recruiters get paid based off their ability to find suitable candidates for companies. So they work alongside the company and the candidate, figuring out where they would belong. Now, recruiters simply facilitate the process by introducing you and preparing you to meet their clients. All right, so Monster.com is a very popular website that we have here where people do use to find jobs. Now, I know that my dad used Monster.com, and he got connected with a job recruiter who helped him find a job in a technology industry. So my dad's been working with computers for over 20 years and specializing in repairing computers, and once he got in contact with a job recruiter, they got him set up and they actually found him a job in a pharmaceutical company, not doing pharmaceuticals, but repairing in their IT and tech department. So that was all because of Monster.com, because of the job recruiter. Now, job recruiters also do work with different types of people. So job recruiters work with prisoners that just were released from jail. Now, there actually is a law in Philadelphia. It's called Ban the Box. So basically, when you're filling out job applications, you can no longer check and say that you were convicted of a felony until you were offered the job. Now, job recruiters also do work alongside veterans that just came out of the military, and then they also work alongside people who are physically and mentally disabled. So they're job recruiters for so many different types of people out there. Now, I hope that you guys learned a lot about recruitment, who job recruiters are, and what they do, and as a candidate, what you can do in order to get in contact with a job recruiter. So if you guys have any questions, we'll hold off till the end, but I want to thank you guys for your time and listening to what I had to say. So next we're going to have Don Brown, and he's going to be talking about recruitment as well.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. Hello, class. My name is Donald Brown, and today I'll be going farther in detail about recruitment. I'll be talking about the 4 stages: job analysis, sourcing, screening, and selection, and as well as onboarding. I'll also talk about the advantages and disadvantages, as well as the recruiting approach, social media, and military. The recruitment process isn't as easy as it seems for companies. Recruitment isn't as simple as finding someone to fill a job vacancy. Recruitment is a difficult HR process that involves many interactions. It involves not only the recruiter and candidate, but HR managers and employees. Although there are many different people and departments involved, each person has the same goal. That goal is to find a capable person to fill the job vacancy. The recruitment process isn't quick and easy, but if it were quick, would they really find the best candidate possible for that job? Alright, here you can see Dale and Brennan from the Step Brothers. Although they're hilarious, they were not a great fit for their job, as we all saw in the movie. Recruiters' jobs is to find candidates that meet job requirements, whether it be physical or mental abilities. Finding a Brennan or a Dale can lead you to not only losing your job, but hurting the overall company as well. Now discuss the advantages. Some advantages are it saves time for managers. They can handle other aspects while recruiting is done elsewhere. Another advantage is recruiters have access to the best candidates. It's cost efficient. Screening helps find the best candidate. It gives future employees a peace of mind, and relationships are formed. Now I'll discuss the disadvantages. It's pretty much everything I just said, but the opposite. So now the cost in the HR department will rise. People who aren't really fit for the job will cost managers more time. Employees will need more training to become capable of job duties. Client satisfaction will lower. And lastly, applicants would be unhappy. So now I'll discuss the first process of recruitment, which is job analysis. Job analysis is determining different parts of the job, such as job specification and job description. Job analysis provides information to the person being recruited so they know what job they're getting into and what will be required of them skill and knowledge-wise. Second, I'll discuss sourcing. Sourcing is all about attraction. For instance, what makes this job better than another? During recruitment, selling the job is a big factor. There are many ways sourcing can be used, such as advertising through job fairs, the internet, newspaper, window advertisements, etc. Third is the screening and selection part, which I will only cover a small part of since it will be talked about later. But this stage is all about the right fit. As you can see, it's Denzel Washington. It seems as if he's always the perfect fit for his movies, kind of what job recruiters are looking for their jobs. Lastly, we have the fourth stage of recruitment. It's onboarding. This stage is about getting those who were recruited and selected to be successful in the workplace. The whole point of recruitment is to obviously fill the vacant position, but recruiters want to find the best fit as well. Onboarding should lead to the new employee being prepared, satisfied, and successful at their jobs. Next is recruitment approaches. There are different strategies used to execute. For example, executive search firms are used to find executive positions. Usually advertising, networking, social media, which will be covered later, are all used. As we all know, social media is one of the hottest things in today's world. Everyone has an account, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Most of these websites are now being used for recruitment. In 2016, 78% of U.S. citizens had a social media profile, and 92% of companies use social media as a recruiting method. Although social media is a big part of getting a job nowadays, it could also be your worst enemy. Having something inappropriate, such as a picture or a post on your account, could lead to you not getting the job and somebody else getting it. So in order to not have that happen, you should keep your profile clean, and if there is something inappropriate on there, take it off immediately. LinkedIn is a very big part of the recruitment for people who have college degrees. It's also a big tool for recruiters looking for people to fill job vacancies. LinkedIn works. What you want to do is first you want to connect with people, friends, family, coworkers, and such. And then you want to try to join groups where you think you would find people of that nature and for that vacancy. Here's a picture of the college fair. College fairs are a great way for people to find different types of jobs if they're not sure what they really want to get into. It's best to bring your resumes, as the recruiters will be collecting your resumes and informing you about your job later. Next is the military. The military also uses recruiters. Generally in the military, the same way it uses for business companies. Military recruiters look for mostly men, but also will look for women who have the right abilities and desire to join. Now I will tell you about a story about how my dad used recruiting and worked up the chains in his construction company and eventually became an owner. So in Roanoke Valley, there is an Inductotherm company who makes furnaces. Right here you can see the furnace pouring the hot iron. So what his job is, he before, when this is obviously not on, he will go in the furnace, reline the walls so all the hot iron does not melt through the walls. It has to be done every, it depends what size furnace is, how much it's run, but usually 6 to 8 months. And after doing furnace relines for many years, he eventually, Mitchell Enterprises, he worked there for 25 years and eventually became Brown Construction. So to sum up this story, recruitment changed my dad's life and it gave him a steady career. Now that you have learned about recruiting, I will hand it off to Erica.
Thank you, Don. And so I'm Erica, and I'm going to be discussing with you the entire interview preparation process. Now, obviously, as we just listened to the group before us, educate us on resumes. You're going to need a formal resume by this point. That way, you're able to submit it at any time for your desired job. Now, with that being said, you're going to have the first step is researching your ideal job position. Now, we're all just coming out of college, and we don't want to waste our time being here for however long, 4, 6, maybe 8 years we're studying for a degree. The last thing we want is to have it just sitting in our house having no use. We don't want that job at our local food market or the pet store. That's not something to be proud of. With that said, you need to research the company thoroughly, and this means figure out what they do, why they do it, and that is their purpose, the mission statement. This can help you provide yourself with insight to the company, and it can show you their potential growth and stability. The last thing you want is to land yourself the job that's about to end in the next couple of years.